So this is my get ready with me video. I had to mute it for a couple of reasons. One, my husband was listening to Law and Order, and I don't want to get copyrighted for it being Law and Order. And then two, I didn't want it to get demonetized because he started cussing and figuring out that, oh, wife is making a video. But yes, this is my get ready with me, how I would typically put on or slather on makeup on my face. I'm using Danessa Myricks. If you know, you know. It's really good. I don't really use primers all that much, or the ones I use have to be for my dry skin, and it's just, yeah, my skin is awful when it gets dry. So I put on that, and as you can see, I'm fumbling through my bag. I wasn't actually like looking towards my phone. I just thought I'd do something really quick. And then when I actually got to the hotel out in Kansas City, I forgot my brushes. Yeah, this is me forgetting my brushes. So I had to do it all with my hands. I applied my makeup with my hands. Clean hands, of course. Wash my hands. And that's me filling in my naked mole rat eyebrows. I used to get them tweezed and waxed a lot, so I don't get it done too much anymore, so I can fill it in. And sometimes I get that one good brow, and then I get a really crazy wonky looking brow. So I have Morphe, and it's either Java or I'm not sure what the name of that one is, but I just try to lightly fill it in, or sometimes I get a little too heavy handed, but I'm just filling in or guessing the shape of my eyebrow. So yep, I'm just filling in my brows, pushing it up some more. Like I said, I kind of get heavy handed, and or my face was maybe too much of the Danessa Myricks primer, and it probably made it oily, so I couldn't see it. And then also I'll be using the Danessa Myricks foundation. It's kind of, well, not quite a foundation. It's more of a moisturizer serum type thing. And it's like really good. I like it, and it matches my face still, even though we're in the summer months and I've been outside and I've gotten extra brown, but it's still within my color range, so I don't have to look too crazy. The other products I use were all pretty much Danessa Myricks and maybe a few other random products I brought, like Too Faced eye primer, some Pat McGrath. As you can see, I kind of have a theme going here. I like to try to use black owned products if I can, support black owned businesses if I can. If not, then it's just whatever I can afford. And yeah, so as you're watching the rest of the video, you'll just see me pull out products to put on. And like I said, the way I angled the camera, my first time doing a get ready with me, so I just kind of did it that way. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot, that's the brow gel. I do really like the NYX I can't talk. Gel brow. I can't say it still. Gel brow by NXY or NYX. When I do these videos, I just do it real, uncut, just me. I don't really like to make too many edits and whatnot, because it's like I just want to be me. Oh, look, here's me struggle busting with an old color corrector. It's old. I need a new one. I need to throw that away. Brittany, what are you doing to your face? This is why your face sometimes gets breakouts and whiteheads. Stop! No, girlfriend. Stop it. Oh well, I still have it. I have bought other color correctors, but they're not the correct color. And I don't even remember the brand for that stick, so I still use it. That shows you how often I put on makeup. That's like even before I got married, old. And as you see, I put it underneath my eyes because I have dark circles. It depends on how much sleep or how much stress I have going on, and that's why. But look at them locks. Girl, honey boo boo child. Look at, ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that burp. But look at them locks. They are flourishing. We are on year 3 coming up of my lock journey, and I should probably give a more updated video on my locks, but it's a hit or miss. But just to give a little bit of a how my locks are going, they're actually doing pretty good considering the fact of my PCOS, stress, depression, whatever going on. Some of them, my loctician said, would probably need some fill-in, aka probably putting extra hair in there so they're not too thin. When she was doing it, re-locking my hair, the regrowth, she thought I had like a lot of thinning at my head, and I was freaking out like I normally do, and whew, yeah, I freaked out. But then she said when she got done, that's because she was just scratching at my scalp while she was shampooing me. But she said everything looked okay, just a few, well, not a few, but like a couple of them that probably eventually along the way I'm going to have to pay her a little extra to repair. But otherwise than that, they're flourishing. I just get really worried about my hair sometimes because I went through a lot with my hair at a point, because it's like I don't want to do relaxers or chemicals because it was too costly. And then when I cut off all my relaxed hair when I was 21, I was like, I'm just gonna rock the natural, wear my curly hair. And then I realized I was a really lazy natural, and then I would get my hair straightened, and then I realized I have these straight pieces, and I was just like, oh. So finally I locked my hair. This is like either my 4th set of locks or 3rd, probably 4th, because in a previous video I stated how many I've had. I don't remember, but this is probably like my 4th set that I've kept the longest. Before I got married, I had a set of locks, and I like them, but they were too thick. They were too big. When I asked the girl for medium, I still love her, I still talk to her, but they were way too big. Like when I showed my loctician now, she's like, that's what I would consider a large. Like on my head right now, just because I have it up in the Maxine Shaw, that's what I call this style, the Maxine Shaw. If you know, you know. Anywho, she said the size that she gave me were large. These are like mediums. This is what my loctician would consider medium. So when I had my old set of locks, I had about 50. So it looked funny to me when I was trying to put my hair together. Now I have like over 100. It's like an odd number. I counted them one time. But yep, that's how many I have, like over 100. I like that my hair is actually long and flourishing. I just need to probably start doing my vitamins again, drinking my water, not putting so much tension in ponytails. Like that ponytail right there, I wrapped a big rubber band around it twice just for the top part, so it should be okay, but I try not to wrap it around too many times. That's me putting on some mascara It's a drugstore brand that you can get at Ulta. I forgot the name of it, but it's really good. Usually I like to use brown to keep it kind of natural, so it doesn't look like I, had to put a whole lot of effort and thought. But if I had to, I would use that mascara. And then here's me about to slap on this foundation. Brittany, what were you thinking, girl? You were just in a rush. You had worked all week. And then you just decide, you know what? I'm just going to slap it on my face. Just slather it on. And then even after doing this get ready with me, I realized that I had missed a couple of spots in blending. And I was just like, oh, girl, this is why you need brushes. You can do it and try to be like Sandra Deluxe, but you're no Sandra Deluxe. You are Brittany. So, yes, but that's me putting it on, trying to put it on even around my nose and my face, over my new piercing. You know what? Nobody besides, people I've told have noticed I've got my septum pierced. And yeah, I'm just so surprised that people look at my face all the time and me talking that they didn't notice that I have my septum pierced. It's only been like almost a month since I've had it pierced. Cleaning it, it's actually healing really well. And once it heals, I'm thinking of switching it to a gold hoop and probably not messing with it anymore, because my nose piercings, or I don't know if it's just, me in general, trying to get them in there, it's been difficult, but it's because I'm using a corkscrew instead of an L or something. I don't like the straight bars. They keep popping out. In fact, I thought I had lost my straight bar nose ring until I saw it on my shirt, which is gross. I know. Ew, Brittany. But at least I had it. And there's me trying to find my powder, which is a Fenty powder butter. Of course, no brush. So what do? At some point, I use my fingers. And then that's me trying to contour again with my fingers, lighten under the eye. I try to do my best to color match under my eye, but it doesn't always work out that way, because I feel like I either get way too light and I look ghostly under the eyes, or it's way too dark and it's like, you've just made your dark eyes worse. But that Sunday, I made it work. So I didn't put that much on because obviously I didn't have anything to blend it out with. But usually when I do get ready like this, it's usually because I'm going to church, because I want to look presentable when I go to church, presentable for God, even though God will accept me either way, with or without makeup. I just like to feel my best when I go to church. That's where I feel like I want to look my best and be my best for church, to be around what I feel like is Christ-centered, or people that are in the same frame of mind. At least I hope so, when we all go to worship. But you never know. And I'm not putting any doubts on anyone on how they worship, or trying to be mean or critical. Just me stating my opinion on that. But I just hope everybody's in the right frame of mind when they go to worship, Yeah, that's me trying to contour with the brown. And like I said, later, after I stopped doing this, I realized there's still a big blob. And then I contoured my nose here in a few minutes or a few seconds, and that got really, really, really wonky. And here comes the part where my husband discovers that I'm actually filming, and I hand him his comb. And this is where I realize I'm going to have to make sure nobody hears him. And at some point, you'll probably see me giggle. And then here he comes, because he's like, I'm going to mess with you while you do this video. I'm going to, he said, ruin it. But I don't feel like he really ruined it. It's just that if he were actually not cursing, I probably just would have left in the audio of what he was saying. Like I said, we were getting ready for church. We were out of town, and what I thought was going to be Kansas City, Missouri, we were actually going in and out of Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. But we had a great time. We were celebrating 4 years of marriage. Can you believe it? Oh, look at your girl. Whoever thought that I would be married to a handsome fella like him and just be even married 4 years, but just sometimes I still just wonder how, and there's me giving him his little cap, and then he's putting it on my head, and he's like, I'm trying to get on your nerves, ha ha ha, and I'm like, no, you're okay, just go away. And he probably said something there that annoyed me, and I'm trying to tell him to go away. And he's probably trying to fix my hair because I have a couple that just point out, but my hair is just about a week old of a retwist, so that's probably why it's kind of sticking straight up wherever. And I did take a shower, hoping that some of the water from the shower, the mist, will kind of help it mold, well, not mold, but shape my top ponytail right. But as you see, it didn't, but I didn't care because I wear my hair like that most of the time if I'm at work and all that junk. But this is the process of me getting ready, and if I actually had my brushes, I felt like my makeup would have looked more flawless. And this is in real time, and usually, since I think because we were trying to go to church, I didn't put a lot more effort or take more time, because usually it would take me over an hour or so. This only took me the length of the video, which was like about 20 minutes. And I am proud of myself because self did that. 20 minutes worth of makeup? Yes, girl. You know, now, Brittany, quit looking at it. You know that once you film this, that just look at me. I can tell that I'm nervous because I'm profusely licking or rubbing my lips together. That's one of my anxious, nervous tendencies. Now I'm putting on a ColourPop pencil liner. I don't remember what the color was, but it was a brown. And then so I put it on and then like blurred some of the lines just a little bit. Well, not blurred, faded it out some, because then I'm going to go back in with that same palette from Danessa Marix. If you guys know that her palettes are multi-use, they're used for the face all over, from your eyes, eyebrows, to your lips, contour, which I did not realize that you could use it for contour, her first one. So I finally actually used it for a contour. And there's me putting on one of the shades. Now, if I were an actual like beauty guru YouTuber, I would have put it in front like, this is what I'm using. But I'm like, I gotta get ready for church. I gotta get to church. Which I told my husband, it's gonna be at 10, even though it's 10:30. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure we get there on time, and AKA make sure my husband doesn't drag his feet. I love him, but he has a tendency to do that, drag his feet. But it's okay. So I'm finishing up, and then I also realized a little bit later I did not bring any setting spray. No. And this is me trying to correct my little Cupid's bow and clean up anything that's on the sides. I have a tendency to not overline my lips, underline my lips, to make my bottom lip look smaller. And somebody's like, why do you do that for? You have big lips. Just go ahead and rock them. And I do. But I just like to underline just to give it that effect, you know? Make it look smaller, but I got big lips regardless. Even if I underline them to filth to make them look small, they're still going to be big. But I like my big lips. And then this is me finishing up and giving you a close-up. And that's it. Bye.